Good morning. We are live just through YouTube today. I got several things to talk about on today's live stream. It's good to see everybody. We got USAN and Scotty. Scotty, the plants are doing fantastic. The Pleco has not tried to dig them up. I have a big Amazon sword in this tank, and he's kind of using the leaves to hide under. He made his own little cave out of it. But they're doing good. They're looking good. I did give them a little bit of a boost of some aquarium co-op easy just to help them a little bit go into a new tank. I always like to do that. It seems to work well for me, but they're doing good. I can't thank you enough for sending me those back. Scotty sent me these 2-foot massive crypts. You're going to see them in some video. Hey, Swiffle, good to see you, buddy. Peplin, P-Tag. Always enjoy coming in and hanging out with you guys on Saturday morning for sure. Got a lot to talk about. The topic of today's live stream is the different sands we use. I put videos out on these things before, and that's the main topic of today's live stream. But I have a rant as well involving stupidity. Some people just shouldn't be allowed to do certain things. They need to go through some psychological evaluations or training. And we're going to talk a little bit about pre-filters. So there's a little summary. I had to get me a fresh coffee for this one because I'm a little irritated. I can't be too irritated, but I'm a little bit irritated. And we're going to talk about it. Hey, Tim. Everybody got their packages I sent out for the giveaways. That's great. I like it when it shows up nice and safe. And that's another thing we ought to talk about. Taking care of my channel members. Hey, Jose, good to see you, buddy. Peter. P-Tag's irritated. I'm irritated. Well, you should be. Wait till you hear this story. This is a crazy story. I've never seen anything like this. I've just never seen anything. People do stupid things, but this is. I mean, you've got to have the mentality of a 6-year-old to have tried to pull this. I mean, these are grown men that did this. We're going to get into it. Do you want to hear about that first, or do we want to get into the different sands? You tell me. You tell me, chat. Most welcome, Tim. Say, Tim, I like to take care of my channel members. I like to take care of my subscribers, even if you're not a channel member. But the channel members get just a little bit more because they deserve it. They pay me every month, and I've got to set them apart and show them that I am thankful for you guys being a channel member. They make medicine for irritation, Jesse. Yeah, but this is ridiculous. And I think everybody in here, once they hear the story, they're going to be like, it's nuts. But going forward, I did cancel. Again, I did cancel StreamYard. I think for now on out, we're just going to go live through YouTube because it's so native and built into the channel. Everything just flows easier. You get a high quality video for free. You don't have to pay for it. StreamYard's prices have got insanely expensive, and I just don't use all the features because there's no sense in doing that. I can use the free version, which is fine, and I will bounce back and forth using StreamYard in case I want to bring somebody up because it's just easier. With YouTube, you have to click that and schedule it beforehand, which isn't too big of a problem, but StreamYard is just a little bit easier for those type of things. I've used Restream, Swiffle, for sure. I've used Restream as well. I did that for some months there, and I like it. It's very similar to Restream. Hey, Tara, good morning. Okay, I'm gonna start this off with this. I'm gonna tell you my story. I'm gonna tell you why I'm irritated. So my wife found a 125-gallon aquarium for me locally for $50. Pictures look great. I said I'll take it. $50 for a 125. You can't go wrong. Get there. Tank looks good. The guy asked the guy, now he was an older fella. He just needed rid of it. Said he kept cichlids. He said no leaks. Doesn't leak. Obviously, where it was at, I could not do a water test, but for $50, what the heck? Brought it home. You can actually see it back there. It's right there. And I already built the box to stand for it that I'm going to put on cinder blocks to hold it, all these things. And it's sitting in there for about a week. Last weekend, I decided to take it outside, leak test it. Or it was a week before that. Gave it a leak test, and it was just pouring water out of both sides on the long sides here, just pouring water. And I could see the silicone was a little messed up. It looked like someone repaired it. And I seen it on site. Even asked the guy, did you have to repair this at one point? Never really answered me, but he, like I say, he was a handicapped older guy. Wasn't going to argue with him. $50. So like I say, I fill it up and it's just pouring water out of the sides. Okay, it leaks. Sure does have a leak. So he lied to me there. But it's a 125. After dealing with that 300-gallon glass tank, a 125 ain't crap. Dug all the silicone out. Pulled the trim off, dug all the silicone out. But here's the crazy part. This is the crazy part. When I pulled the bottom trim off, you could actually see the glass flexing away from the side panels, which I found odd because a 125-gallon aquarium uses half-inch glass. Half-inch glass just does not flex that easy. And then I got to looking. I'm looking like this ways right here. I'm like this right here. I'm looking. And you might be able to tell or not by the camera, the bottom pane, the bottom glass, right, which is usually half-inch and tempered. They always use tempered glass on the bottom of a tank. This piece right here, somebody tore this tank apart and tried to repair it. You know what they used? You ready for this? You guys might want to sit down for this. You ready for this? It's not even quarter-inch glass. It's like 1/8-inch glass. They tore the old one off, put this on here to save money, not understanding that a 125-gallon holds probably, I don't know, 1,500 to 2,000 pounds of water weight, give or take. And then they did a terrible siliconing job. Even if they did the best silicone job in the world, that thickness of glass was never going to support that water weight or anything else you put in it. Now, you tell me, would you do that? Even if you had the slightest brain cell, would you think for 1 minute that 1/8-inch thick glass in a tank that looks kind of big would hold up to that kind of water weight? You tell me. Yeah, I agree, Swiffle. Sounds like they slapped it together to sell it, but for $50, I can't complain. Hey, Mad Max, good to see you, buddy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my money's worth out of this. I'm going to price a piece of tempered half-inch glass to fix this. And I'm prepared. If the cost is worth it, I don't know how much they want. Just to give you an idea, when I was looking at fixing that glass 300, mind you, it's a lot different. We're talking about an 8-foot piece of glass that's 3/4 inch thick and 30 inches high. That was around the best price I could get, talking down, was about $610. So I would assume to get a half-inch piece of glass that's 6 foot long, 18 inches front to back, half-inch thick, tempered I'm probably still looking at a few $100s, if not more, depending on what they want. Now, we all know $300 to $400 is still a decent price for a 125-gallon aquarium. I've got $50 in it. So let's say $350, $450. Would you fix it? I don't know the cost yet. I got to get quotes. I haven't done it yet. But I've got the silicone, and I got these bad boys to help hold everything in place. Not to squeeze tightly, but these are a fantastic tool to help reseal tanks like this. Would you do it? It is unfortunate. P-tag. Parts tank, yeah. Now, that and I'm glad you said that, Peplin, because what I'm going to do with that bottom piece of glass is get one of them tool cutters, because it's thin. I'm going to use it and make new aquarium lids out of it, because you guys might not know this about me, but me and glass lids really, we have a love-hate relationship. Dang it. Nose tickle. Those are irritating. We have a love-hate relationship. I break them all the time, mostly hate. Not a lot of love. I mostly break these things. I've got a broken one here. I dropped one the other day over there on my foot. Luckily, it didn't cut it. Blew to pieces. I currently have an acrylic lid that I had covering the hole, because those Oscars may come out. That one's a nut. So I want to cut it down. I've even got a little bit of hinge here that I can slide it into and make my own lid. So I'm going to make lids out of that and then fix that tank. That's what I think I'm going to do. Yeah, Swift would do it for $50. He says he would do it. I do have enough tanks, but exactly. But the point of this 125 here is to get rid of, is reduce, right? This isn't going to be additive. This is going to replace the 75-gallon behind my shoulder here, behind my cart. Is got the old tank syndrome. The glass is calcium. It's white. It's hard to see through. I've tried all the tricks. You can't fix it. It's embedded into the glass. It's ugly. You can barely see through it. But I got that tank for free, and it's served me well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that tank, that stand, put this 125 in its place, because I like bigger tanks. So honestly, I want to go 125 and up. 55s are fine. I'll leave my rack set up here with this 55. I do like my 55-gallon aquariums. I don't like the footprint. A 75 is better in that regard, but a 55 is a nice tank. But that 125 is going to replace that 75. I can condense fish, open up other tanks. So it's not additive, but it's going to benefit my fish room for those reasons. Yeah, I'm going to use that glass. I probably reading late, Tara, but I'm going to make glass lids out of that bottom piece. Hey, Tommy, good to see you, buddy. Oh, don't forget, Aquatic News Network. You are going to be redirected to the new episode. Don't hang around for that. Going to be an interesting one. Peplin says, I made most of my lids because I like thicker glass lids. Yeah, same, Peplin. I got some older lids in here, super thick. Unfortunately, that's one that I dropped. It hurt right on my foot. I like the thicker, heavier glass lids too. Those cheap, thin pieces of crap. Marineland, I'm not a big fan of Marineland. I don't like a lot of their stuff. Their glass lids are terrible. USA. Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you coming in. Swiffle says, I picked up old refrigerators off the side of the road. Scrap fridge glass shelves. That's a good idea. Definitely. Jody. Mother effing P, good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Good to see you. Jody Tropical. Mother effing P. Jesse is accident prone like his mother, not me, though. Yeah, for sure. It happens a lot. That's true. I can't deny that. Things happen around me. It's not my fault. I'm like, it gravitates towards me. Just things. I can walk past dirt and grease and just right on me. It's not my fault. So we've talked about my rant. We've talked about the plans for that 125. Like Peplin, I still think $50 was a good deal. The trim is in fantastic shape. The other panes of glass are in fantastic. And I've got a really good silicone here to fix it. Good for 700-gallon tank. High tensile strength. So I just got to price that piece of glass out, and we're going to put that in action. In my shed, I built 125 wood boxes, screwed and wood glued, and I got extra cinder blocks over here underneath my 375. And we're going to get that going, depending on what they want for a piece of glass. Hey, Danny, good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Morning to you. So we talked about my rant. Let's move on to, before we get into today's topic of the live stream of sands, which I have a little bit of another rant, by the way, with the sand. But we're going to talk about pre-filters real quick. I have always used So I've talked about it before. Pre-filters, in my opinion, are a must. Now, do I want to put an FX6? Because we know I just like my canister filters. Do I just want to put my FX6 canister filter in there with the screen they come with and have a happy day? Absolutely. With it being open like that, you're going to suck in more debris and things like that. It's going to catch it, going to pull more crap out of the water. And without a pre-filter, you're not slowing that filter down, because everything you add to a filter slows down the flow rate that it can actually produce. So pre-filters are going to do that, especially when they start getting clogged and dirty. So would I like to just leave them be? Sure. But unfortunately, I keep big fish that love to dig up the sand. So I absolutely are going to have a pre-filter. Another nice thing about having a pre-filter on your canister filter or any filter is it extends the period of time you have to clean that filter. On the 125-gallon Oscar tank back there, I haven't cleaned that filter in over a year. Busted it open. And when I busted it open, no sand in it. And it looked like brand new. Didn't have to do anything. Filled it back up, put it back in, was done. I've been using these top fin pre-filters. They work great, but they do clog. I have to clean them weekly. Can't complain again, because it's not hard to slide this thing off, clean it, put it back on. I even had extras where I'd pull this one off, put the new one on, get the filter going again, and take this outside and clean it. Well, one of the main things about my channel is efficiency. What can we do to make the fish room easier and more efficient? Well, I got tired of doing this weekly. I got tired of it bogging filters down every time it got clogged. This thing will get so clogged after, if you don't do it weekly, it crushes it like this, like almost to nothing. So they must absolutely be done weekly. But the hole is perfect. They fit perfect on the inlets of the FX 4s and 6s. I've talked to you guys in the past. You like to use the co-op pre-filters. Put a short out. You guys seen it. A little DIY way to keep that filter on the inlet, because it is a little bit too big and it can slip off. Put a little zip tie around there, holds it on the inside, not the outside, so you can still pull it off. I think Corey, who sells them, if you go on his website and you look, he recommends you either put like an O-ring on there, so when you slide it on there, the O-ring helps hold it in place, or put a zip tie around it. I don't put the zip tie around it. I use the zip tie as an O-ring, because we all know when you put a zip tie around something, there's a little nub left off where they come together and tighten. That nub helps hold it on the inside. That way you can still slip it on and off without having to do a zip tie, or tightening that zip tie in just the right amount to hold it on so you can still slip it on and off. Either way you do it, it works. The co-op sponge pre-filters, you have to get the large one for the FX6s and 4s. You can't get the medium because they're too small. You have to get the large, and they're too big for the inlet, but they work. I didn't like them. They don't clog because they're so coarse. So they're going to let more in. They're going to let sand granules in. I got irritated, and I put the 2 I had on one each. It's running good. And just a little tip, I didn't use the O-ring or a zip tie, or I think Scotty has a trick where he uses a piece of rubber or something. I just stuck it on there and I let it go. And it's holding. As long as the filter's on, it'll stay on there. So just so you guys know, you can slide that thing on when it's running. It'll stay on there. You don't have to mess with it. But will that seal the hole around the inlet? Probably not. Either way, I stuck it on there, and it has been running already for a couple of weeks, and it's still going. So to me, that is efficiency. So I went ahead and ordered 6 more. They're supposed to show up Monday, and I'm going to put the aquarium co-ops on all of them, just because I'm tired of having to do this every week. So that is my sponge filter talk. Let's get caught up on chat before we get to the main topic. Do you still have the 300 laying around? Cut a bottom of that. I do, but I told some people on a Facebook DIY plywood aquarium group to come get it if they want it. I've got like 4 people. I need it out of my yard. And unfortunately, you cannot cut peplin that thick of glass. It's 3/4 inch. The glass is super heavy. They don't make a tool other than drill bits to drill holes in them. They don't make a cutting tool that I can get to cut that thick of glass. Whoops. Tim says 70% water change, and I'm catching this fish. Oh, I got you. Yeah, bring it down. Use a big net. I don't even do that. I just use a massive net that almost spans the entirety of front to back, and I always get them. Another yellow lab ready to be stripped. I don't even strip them. I just let them have their babies. But I think you're doing something a little different there. Fishnet. Fish and well, I don't know what do you say there, P-Tag? Efficient. Congrats, Tim. Misbreeding cichlids. Can't give them away around these days. But no one around here wants them. Not a fan of the co-op proof. No, why is that, MNC? Yeah, because I never was either, but I'm curious your thoughts. Uh-oh, my chat jumped. Here we go. There's Whip. Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you coming in. Christian B, good morning to you. I'm growing out, but not much sales yet, Pep. Yeah, that's you. You're selling fish. I'm not. Everybody's saying good morning. Sky says, I use the co-op large one, and I raised up the intake to minimize the sand. But see, I did that too. I raised them up. Don't help. And listen, the only reason why I started using pre-filters is because I was getting too much sand in them. And I've had it already where that sand will get in there and they will ruin and stop an impeller. So it's vital we keep the sand out of them. Getting tank whip already up. Tommy says Walmart has a very nice large soft-ended folding net. I like the soft end because if you accidentally catch the top of the fish, it just goes over it instead of harming it. Okay, Tommy. Your channel is about being efficient. Efficient. I got you, P-Tag. It went over my head. I got you, buddy. That's clever. MNC says, not a fan of how coarse the co-op sponges are. May as well not have it on there. I agree. That's what I always thought. They, like I said earlier, that they're so coarse, they still allow. But the good side of it is they don't clog as much. They're not going to reduce the flow of your filter as much. It's still going to keep out some stuff, but I don't believe it's going to do as good as these top fin ones did because they're not as coarse. But I guess it comes down to trading. You're either going to have to clean these things out weekly, or you're going to have to put a big one on there where you don't have to do it near as much, but still not catch everything. I don't know. Either way, I have to at least pop open my FX canister filters once a year so I can lube the seals anyway. So I'm doing it anyways. Back to work. Okay, Jody P's going to still be listening. Appreciate you. Now that I'm at the bottom of the chat, let's talk about the topic of today's live stream, sand. All the different sands we use in our aquariums. You can kind of see in my fish room, over here, we've got the black diamond sandblasting sand, the Mbuna tank here, a little bit of mix of the sea carob sand with black diamond sandblasting sand. The 125 Oscar tank behind me uses pool filter sand. Same with, I'm always backwards. Same with this 55 pool filter. The 55 Tiger Barb tank beside me here is a mix of pool filter and black diamond sandblasting sand. The 29-gallon heavily planted nano tank, all sandblasting sand plants, doing fantastic in it. But this mother, my new 375, and there's one of the culprits. Play sand. Talk to Graham over at Aquarium Adventures. He loves to play sand because it's so cheaper, and it is. It's like $5.99 a bag. You can't beat that price. Used to be pool filter sand and black diamond sandblasting sand was $10 a bag for 50 pounds. Well, it's dramatically increased to 15 or 17. Some people, I think on my last stream, said like upwards of $20, depending on where you live. It's not very cost effective anymore. Even though $20, even at $20 for a 50-pound sack of sand is still pretty good. It's the reverse if you go to the pet store and buy sand. So you're still coming out ahead, and I do now feel I wish I would have stuck with the pool filter sand when I did this 375. I absolutely hate play sand for multiple reasons, and we're going to talk about it. The only thing good about it is the price. The number one reason why I hate pool filter sand is because it takes an entire day just to clean and get all the cloudiness and filth out of it. 4 or 5 gallon buckets filled about halfway up because you got to leave room for the water so you can swish it around all day long, and it still kept coming. It was like brushing a cat. You brush, and you still get fur off no matter how much you brush. It's the same with this dang sand. Cleaning it is terrible. And you definitely don't put it in the tank without cleaning it, or it'll stay cloudy for days, like a sandstorm in the desert, which all that sand ends up in your filter, and then you got to stop and you got to clean. So you absolutely have to clean this play sand, and it takes an entire day. And you're running all that water to do it, and it's running. Because what I do is I fill a bucket up halfway, I tilt it, let the hose in there, and it just leaks out the end. We know that trick. Stir it every once in a while, all day long. And so that's the number one reason why I hate it. The number two reason why I hate it is it's light. It plumes up in the water column very easily. If you look in this new 375, that Amazon sword is weighed down with sand thanks to this pleco in here. This Oscar. It's all over the sponge filters I got in here that I helped use to cycle the tank. The rocks, the driftwood. Right now I'm looking at that pleco. He just nosedived in that sand and pushed it like a bulldozer. It's flaky. It's glittery. You can see little glitter everywhere. Play sand is garbage. Whips World says all sand sucks, but he set up a tank in honor of me, and I think he loves it secretly. P-Tag says Menards pool filter sand is currently showing $8.89 per 55 bag. I didn't have to rinse it all. Exactly. And that's a dang good price. And you don't have to rinse it. You don't. And it doesn't cloud up. It's heavier. Your pool filter sand and your black diamond sandblasting sand are denser. They don't plume up in the water column. I'm immediately regretting my decision here. I can't remember who gave me the suggestion. Maybe it was like Sweet Polly or somebody like that. But he said maybe I could put a cap of pool filter sand over the play sand to keep it from coming out, kind of like you do with a dirted tank and dirt with sand caps. I don't know. I feel like over time it's just going to get all mixed up and it'll eventually get out. MSC uses all three sands, never had an issue, just fill the tank slow. Yeah. The play sand is terrible. I hate it. I have issues with it. Yeah. I don't like it. Now, Tractor Supply sells a version of sand. It's like a universal something, and it's basically it's a nice sand, but it's different because it's got sand and small pebble mix in it. I have used that. It's a nice sand. I have no complaints with any sand except for this play sand. Hey, Jeff, good to see you, buddy. Mad Max says, not in my case, but I don't have a big fish. Yeah, okay, I got you. Webb's coming in with a $4.99 $4.99 super chat. Appreciate you, buddy. You the man. Thank you so much. That helps me more than anything. You don't understand. Big fish ate garage. How did your fish eat your garage? Big fish ate garage. You gotta fix that. I don't know what you mean. Scotty says, I never use play sand or pool sand, but I have 150 pounds of black diamond and sandblasting sand in my summer tub. In my cichlid tank, I spent money on white sand for 20 bags. Exactly. 20-pound bags by Magitarian, clean, no rinsing. I bought the sands at the store, but what I hate about it is they're 20-pound bags. They want like $50 for them. It's just the reverse of the pool filter sand or the black diamond. Seems to be. It's not quite, but I call it the exact reverse. It's close. They want a mint for 20 pounds of sand. No thanks. No, sir. Not me. Played that game. Cost me $185 or something like that to fill up my 125-gallon Oscar tank when I first got it, because I got that sand from them. And when that sand goes away, which it slowly is, I use it to help cycle new tanks. I'll take a few cupfuls of it out, put it in the new tank, and some of it gets sucked out by accident when I'm cleaning. Once it's all gone, I'm gonna put a whole bag of 50-pound bag or two of pool filter sand in there. You gotta watch. Wait, where I lost them. I saw something. Messenger tracked it. Okay. Yeah, it's expensive for sure. Sure is. Yeah. And the sea carob sands are nice for the cichlids, African cichlids, because they're said to buffer the pH a little bit, but that gets exhausted. I don't even think you get a year's out of that. I think after a year that sea carob sands buffering capabilities gets exhausted pretty quick. Christian B says, yeah, Jesse, I'll use per store sand if someone gives me the money. Exactly. It's insane. They're crazy. No, thanks. No. Actually, we have a company where I live called Agri Supply, and they sell 100 bags of sand. Now, it's not labeled as pool filter sand, but it is. What they're going to use it for is drainage, ditches, things like that. I bought several bags of that, and I've used it, and it works well. I can't remember the price, but 100-pound bags of sand. Now, when you're starting to get into 100-pound bags of sand, it's a lot of sand, but they're getting very hard to manage. That's a lot of weight. That's a heavy bag of sand. So I like to stick with the 50-pounders. Webbs says, one of my buddies was so tight with his money, he went to the beach and got some sand, and it didn't end well. Yeah. Well, how did that end up? I'm curious to see what happened. I'm assuming, was it a bacteria thing? Did it get the fish sick, something like that? Was it too light? Did it bring in some unwanted bacteria and critters? I think you can do that, but you have to do it through a process. You have to put it in a bucket, clean it up, maybe let it soak in and tap water. Don't dechlorinate it. Just literally soak in your tap water where it has the chlorines and chloramines in it to help kill off some bacteria and things like that. But not happy with this pool filter sand at all. I'm happy with the price, but like I said, I don't think the price outweighs the work it takes to get it clean. The extra water you're spending to do that. And how it's got this dang Amazon sword weighed down. I got to get in there and fluff it with the Pleco. He's probably going to mess it up again anyways. And it just sits on everything. Yeah, I don't know. But I've got an open 55-gallon aquarium here now. That's where I was growing that Oscar out. He's in here now. And Jim from Happy Place Aquatics, he's supposed to be sending me some Severums, and it's ready to go for them. Itchy here. Whip says, all right, stay entertaining, but dang it, man, stop being so sexy. I got to grab a shower and I don't need the distraction. All right, Whip. Just don't drop the soap, sir. That Don't drop the soap. Be safe. Jeff says, I like my yard sand. It's dirty but free. Yeah, free. Clean it up a little bit. Scotty says, I think it would look good, Jesse, with black sand in the new tank, black diamond sand cap. Yeah, man, possibly. I thought about that. I got a black background already on it. And I'm really seriously considering capping this play sand. You think if I put a good 3-inch cap on top of this play sand, you think it would keep it at bay? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts on that. Webb said, made his pH crash and the ammonia went sky high. Man, it's probably because of all the crap in it or something. Well, it's coming from the ocean, yeah. So possibly a lot of, it would have to be rinsed because I'd imagine there'd been a lot of like salt possibly in it too. And sand there's nothing has a higher surface area than sand. There is nothing that you can get. Sand is a fantastic media, biomedia, and all kind. You can't beat it. You just can't. There's nothing that has a higher surface area than sand. You can use it in filters. You can use it as filter media. It's good stuff. Easier to clean tanks because everything sits on top. Doesn't go in like gravel where you got to gravel vac the entirety of the tank. Everything sits on top. Just take your hose right above it. Get it all out. You're done. Scotty says he thinks it'll work. Hey, Garcia, good to see you. Appreciate you coming in, buddy. Hope you're having a good Saturday. Yeah, Scotty says he thinks it'll work. We might have to try it. You can't beat it unless you use gravel. Gravel's terrible, Whip. The only thing good about gravel is it gives your tank a little bit of a different look. Maybe you're looking for that river setup or you're doing different biotopes. I used gravel for years, but sand, it is superior. Sand is superior to gravel in every aspect you can think of. It holds more beneficial bacteria. It's easier to clean. The fish, depending on your fish, love to interact with the sand. They like to dig in it, sift in it. Snails will bury themselves in it. It's just at every aspect you can think of, sand is better than gravel in every way. I've had fish pick up gravel and get stuck in their mouth. That's a me mistake, having too maybe big of a fish in a gravel tank, whatever the case may be. You don't have that problem with sand. They like to grab the sand, spit it, dig. It promotes the fish's mental health, giving them something else to do. You just can't beat sand. So you're wrong, sir. Gravel sucks. Sand is better, and you know it. P-Tech says, I think it's funny when looking up black diamond sandblasting sand from Tractor Supply, and all the reviews and pics are from aquariums. Yeah. Jose thinks I can cap it. I 100% disagree. That is easier. It is easier to clean. Whip. You got to take the dang gravel vac and stick it down in the entire tank has to be done like this, sucking it out till it stops coming all the way across. With sand, you just go, zip, 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 zip. You're done because it sits on top. How is that easier? P-Tech says, I would just cap off your big tank with pool filter. Okay. Everyone's saying cap it. Yeah. See, Garcia's team sand. Whip and I I'm going to drive to Whip's house and I'm going to bring 350 pounds of sand and I'm going to redo every one of his tanks. I'm going to wait till he's working and I'm going to dump it all in. When he comes back, he's going to be like, what the? Garcia, hashtag no gravel. Yeah. Yeah, Whip, go get your shower. Clean that glorious hair. But I had the gravel tanks. I did that for years. I even got some of my gravel left. It does give the tank a different look. That's the best thing I can say gravel's good for. It does give your aquarium a different look if you're looking for something different. But that's it. That's all. That's all that's good about it. Scotty says, I never have to gravel vacuum my cichlid tank with white sand in it. If you place the wave maker correctly, it pushes up the junk in the water. Yeah, we talked about that, Scotty. Recently, Scotty and I we exchanged the numbers, and we was talking, and we yeah, I've done that. So when anytime I have a power head set up in my aquariums, I always have the power head on the opposite end of the inlet, right, or on the same side of the inlet. So when the flow goes over, it goes down and it brings all the detritus and crap towards the inlet. That's what I do. And I have had power heads, additional power heads at the bottom. And I've got power heads. I may have to just set it up and try it out. You got to play with it and tweak it and get it just right. But you can make your filters and power heads clean this tank for you. And I definitely need to do that because I got this big old pleco in here. And we know they poop a lot, especially when they're big like that. And the Oscars, that's nothing to ask, but they let out some big poops. But go take that shower. The fishes are swimming funny. Jose says, my two out. Let me see. I think this is to be my 2 out of 4 larger tanks have sand. Love the look. Don't have to vac. The fish in the filter keep it clean. Have not switched the tiger barb and discus. Don't want the mess with all the plants. All right, gotcha, Jose. Hey, there's Jim. Good morning. Saw your short this morning about fixing your car. You did a good job fixing that car, Jim. Jim, right here. This tank, there's nothing in it. I figure I have a couple of more days without fish being in there. I did throw some food in there to feed the ammonia, but I got to get some fish. This is where your serums are going to go for now. Right there in that 55. No bank today. Cool, Garcia. We've got it down, sir. We got it. We did it. Hey, Keith, good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. So we talked about the idiocracy who repaired this tank. We've talked about pre-filters, and now we've talked about the different sands. Uh-oh. Yeah. This tank will be, MSC says, this tank I'll be setting up with 10 species of barbs will have a mix of sand and gravel, but lots of plants. And, I've done that too, Mike. I have mixed gravel and sand. Don't like it. I hate doing that. I'll tell you why. Because I still end up sucking up the dang rocks. And they get stuck, and I got to pull it out, and I got to take the dang thing off, and I got to prime the hose again. There is a difference between aquascapers and fish keepers. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I keep fish, not tanks. I try to escape them a little bit and make them look interesting. But at the end of the day, I just throw the tanks together. I put a plant here, a rock over here, maybe set a piece of driftwood up here. For me, it's about the fish. I want as much room as possible for big fish. But I do want live plants because the values they add to aquariums is unmatched. You got to have live plants. But I don't aquascape. I love watching what people do. It's an art form. They make some beautiful tanks. But I'm not about that. I just throw crap in, let plants grow, and what it looks like when it's done is the way it is. It's all about the fish. I care about the fish. So I think if you had a small nano tanks or even a big tank with smaller fish that don't interact with things a lot or don't have the power, you can take the time and do those gravel and sand mixes and the rocks and placing this here and just getting that little like spade tool and smoothing the sand out. Just perfect. Sure. My Oscar would look at that and say, I don't think so. Sand everywhere. It's done. He's going to put the tank how he wants it. Oh, keep it down. Oh, she's a vicious raptor. Skeeks. Easy. She's a mouthy little vicious raptor. A tag, nothing. Mike don't keep big fish anymore, though. Okay. What's the biggest fish you have now, Mike? Yeah, Mike, what's the biggest fish you have? I would have to say mine are my common pleco and my big Oscars. For now. Teaser. Scotty knows. Nobody else knows. Yeah. Well, there's some other people. 2 Oscars, the Dovi and the Trimac anymore. Oh, yeah. I remember about that. Dovi. I like hearing you say that name, Mike, because you got that deep voice. Dovi. He makes it sound amazing. Secret. Yeah, secret. Super secret. Other than that, I've had my rant about the tank. I've had my rant about play sand. It's garbage. I don't care how much you save on it. I'll never buy it again. It's always going to be probably pool filter sand. I do like the black diamond, but I like them more now. Now, I'll tell you this. I don't know what P tag used in that 220 he set up, but that is a nice looking substrate. I can't tell if that's gravel or sand, but what a nice looking color combination. You did a fantastic job on that tank, P tag. I love the substrate in that tank. What is that? Garcia says, for huge fish, they don't need plants, but if you want to put plants in, it's on you. Yeah, and I do. And I've got them in there. And I got a big Amazon sword. I got jungle vile, which you know is going to take off, tied to a piece of driftwood. I've got a Java fern on there. And then Scotty sent me 2-foot huge crypts, and they're in there. Sweet. And I'll tell you what, they're not bothering her because I made sure I took June's advice. June, by the way, if you're listening, or if you see this, thank you so much. She sent me some stickers with a love note on the card. I got your sticker on the fish fam door and the magnets on my fridge. Thank you so much. What was I saying? Oh, because I took June's advice and I made sure I grew this Oscar up with plants. She said, that's the trick. If you want to have plants with Oscars, they got to grow up with it. And that's what I did. And he's not messing with them. The big pleco's always been around plants. He's not pulling them out, unburying them. It seems to be good so far. Yeah. In my opinion, you got to have some live plants in an aquarium. They're just fantastic. It is sand, but it's expensive. Yeah. And P-Tag, if you want to, go ahead and send me about 200 pounds of it. Thank you, buddy. Garcia says, but in my opinion, it will be a waste of money. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see so far. But for me, it's not a waste of money because I've had these plants for years. Now, I did buy them at one point, so it could essentially still be a waste of money. But we'll see what happens. Like I said, so far, so good. But I can't stand having an aquarium without live plants in it. Won't be keeping Africans again, Mike says. One day I might keep the big ones again, but doubtful. Okay. Well, when you get that 23,000 bow, you can, yeah. Yeah, see, here's the thing right here. I'll pin it. He says it's the Carib Sea Eco Complete African Cichlid Substrate. It's a fantastic looking sand. Said to buffer pH. I don't believe it lasts as long as they say it does. But it's expensive. Probably cost him $185 to fill that tank up. Scotty says my cichlids won't eat the crypt. I'm guessing they don't like the taste. And I hear that's the same with Java fern. A lot of fish don't like the taste of Java fern. They don't mess with it. And I found that to be true because I have Java fern in my Mabuna tank. They don't touch it. The goldfish, I've had it in goldfish tanks. They leave it alone. And I got it perched up there on my driftwood real nice. We'll see how it goes. Scotty says oh yeah, what's that? P-Tech says, but the tank, like I said in the video, already had another type of sand in it. Right, just added more sand from, yeah, I understand. And it made a cool mix. But that's what I'm saying, that it turned out really well. It looks great, and it matches that 3D background great. Garcia's a big fish. He says his just destroys plants. Yeah, did you try the whole growing them from young with plants thing trick? Yeah, and then like M&C comes in, he had plants with his Dovine. He never bothered them, even fully grown. So I think, as I always say, fish, like people, have different personalities. You never know what you're going to really get. This Oscar here is one of the most friendliest Oscars I have ever had. He comes up to the tank. That I swear to God, he knows when I'm home from work. Here. That guy right there is one of the friendliest Oscars I've ever had. Tim, my favorite color is green. If I would have to say my second favorite color would probably be orange. But my favorite color combination is green and white. P-Tech says, I love the sand color. It matches great, but I would not recommend it. It's a huge tank. It's being, yeah, oh yeah, been there, done that. Even in a 125. Let me set this down. Even when I filled that 125 up with sea carob sand, it was expensive. $180. I wouldn't want to know what it is for a 220. We'll just put that right there for a little bit. But as you can see, that sand sitting on top of that Amazon sword. Now, right here, under here, the pleco's hiding under there. Garcia said, no, I didn't. Maybe next time. Okay. Tim says, wife and I want to send you something. You don't have to do that, Tim. Absolutely not. I appreciate the kind thoughts, sir, but you do not have to do that. Eyeball says, how many fish in the big? Just two. So I put the big common pleco in. Like I said, he's hiding under here right now under the Amazon sword leaves. He's big, about 13 inches. Big old girthy beast. Usually I wait 2 weeks to add another fish, but I waited a week and added the Oscar you see in here next. And then I can't tell you about the next fish. It's a super secret. Tim says green and white done, dark or light green color. Really, it doesn't matter. The color of these plants, I pretty much like all color greens, Tim. Kawasaki green, dark green. The only one I would say I don't like the most is like your dark hunter type greens. Carob Sea all the way, Garcia says. So, and now the Oscar, he's been in here for now a week, pretty much. So I just slowly add fish. It is a brand new cycle tank, but you still got to add fish slowly or you'll overwhelm the bacteria, the good bacteria and crash the tank, especially when you're talking about larger fish. Now, do you guys want to see something fun? I did a short out on this, and I already gave him one today. But I love giving this guy omega-1s seaweed. It's fun to watch him eat it. I don't know if you guys saw that short. Christian B says lime green with white racing stripe. Is yeah, green and white, man. They look so good together. I'll tell you another one that looks good. White and gold. What a good combination. Reminds me of like the ancient the Greek mythology times. I appreciate you, Tim. You don't have to do that, but sure, I'm excited about it. Thank you, buddy. Tell your wife I said thank you too. He does look small in that tank. Well, he is. He's not fully grown. He was growing out in that 55 gallon, and I stuck him in here. But he ain't that big. But I'm gonna do something. This is fun. You guys want to see this? This is super fun to watch him do. I want to get a longer cable for this camera so I can move it around. But hopefully just keeping it right there, you'll be able to see him. Kind of hard to see with the reflections and all that. I love watching him drag that thing around. He's wearing a cape. Look. Hey, he's showing off for you guys. Coming right to the camera. He loves this seaweed. So good for him, too. Kiko. He is a messer eater, Eyeball. I saw your comment. Okay, cool, Tim. Batman. Yes. But look at it. That's fun to watch. I enjoy this. And I feed this to my Buna, too. They love it. Steve, shut up. Gave her fresh water and food and seed. If you guys have never used this, you got to get it. They make purple, red, and green. It's 100% seaweed. You get 24 sheets. You can break it up. I just put the whole things in. Fantastic for fish. They absolutely love it. They all like it. And of course, when he don't eat, the pleco will. Everyone in chat, I'll be at Aquashella, New Jersey, September 6th and 7th. Okay, Garcia. Very cool. He does look like he has fun with it. But he's probably not interested because he already had one this morning. But I'm not worried about it. That pleco, he's going to grab a hold of that. The pleco's low. I got videos out from a year or two ago of the pleco munching on that thing on the side of the glass, sucking it right in. But that's good stuff. You got to get you some of that. And it breaks up real easy when it gets wet. So really, if he don't eat it and the pleco can't get to it, it's going to bust up and go into the filter. He says, not doing a show. The traffic makes it not worth the hassle. Yeah, I hate driving, Keith. I hate traveling. I can't stand being in a car more than 45 minutes. And I can't stand traffic either because I'm impatient. And people have forgot how to drive now. And I get mad. He's still picking at it a little bit there. But can you see your plants there, Scotty? Skit. One spicy bird. Yes, sir. Yep, there's the plants. Looking good. Big old leaves. Yeah, beautiful plant, Scotty. Tim says we'll be driving about 10 or more hours soon in a month to the beach. What beach you going to, Tim? Your bird hears up. Okay. That's funny. Mike says that seaweed my goodies would tear up. They love it. Yeah, I like that stuff. It's good. I'm trying to get a mini fridge in there so I can keep some frozen foods that I like to use periodically, and you know, could put some drinks in there if I wanted to, but mainly I want to get it for fish food. I'm not a huge fan of frozen food, but I do like to feed it periodically. I think it's good for them than feeding them dry food all the time, which is mostly what I do. As long as you're using a high quality food, you don't have to do it. But I don't know. Well, you guys see the pleco back there? He's loving that drift. It's hard to see because of the reflection. He's right. My big pleco is right there on the driftwood. Destin, Florida. Okay, I got you. Birds are far too tasty to be that noisy. Yeah, well, they are noisy, Whip. Now, I don't know about tasty. Never ate a bird other than a chicken. Clash is more fun. Okay. I'm hearing about it. I've never been to any of these events, but I'm hearing that Aquashella has gone downhill pretty significantly over the years. Oh, uh-oh. Look who's awake. Easy there, Whip. Yeah, I gave her fresh water, pumpkin seeds. I gave her seed. She knocked that over, had to redo it, and now she's complaining again. She is a spicy bird. No, I can't put her music on right now because if my mic picks that up, I'll get a copyright strike, and so I always wait until I'm done. And in my experience of making videos for the Aquatic News Network, sometimes the mic picks that music up. And after my stream ends, don't go anywhere. It's going to teleport you right over there to the new episode at the Aquatic News Network. Going to be a good one. You don't want to miss it. Garcia says, if there's no food in the house and for me to survive, I'll go to my parents' house, have the Quaker, have the cockatiels and double yellow. What are you talking about, Garcia? Have the Quaker, have the cockatiels and the double yellow. Good Lord. We've got a cockatiel and a Quaker parrot. And the chickens that we got in the backyard. Chickens, yeah, chickens. Oh, I love my little buddy cock. He's my buddy, the cockatiel. My pal. Nice cool day this morning here so far. What's the weather like where you guys are? I'm assuming that's what he's talking about, babe, is he's wanting to eat the birds. He might have, how Ozzy Osbourne bit that head off that bat that one time. Garcia might have that a little bit. I don't know. A little concerned. They taste just like chicken, Garcia. Webb says, how do I get into the new episode? Well, the first time I did it, we changed the premiere link, and that was our bad. But last week, I had several people saying it worked just fine for them. I did have a couple saying it didn't, but it is done correctly. If it's not like just sending you over there automatically, I don't know what the difference, because it is working. I have confirmed that. So I just maybe think it's different for some users, but it should put you over there. It's wet, muggy, and humid over there where Tim's at. That's nice and cool here. See, I don't like hot weather. I certainly don't like muggy, humid weather. I like it 70s, 80s, low 80s, nice and cool. You don't have the dang bugs, the mosquitoes bothering, the sweat dripping. I hate hot weather. Speaking of the Nightbot, talking about Higer right now. Higer sending me another product. Being I finished my last one. So keep your eye out for that. I know that Whips World absolutely loves Higer. So he should be excited to see that video when it comes out. He loves it. He was singing their praises last week. Keith hates cold weather. Jose says it's 75, now up to 85 today over there in NYC. Yeah, my wife hates cold weather too, Keith. P-Tag, he's another one. He hates cold weather. Well, Whip likes the higher lights. Whip, I think you might shower as fast as I do, Bo. 5 minutes. Maybe you can give my wife some tips, Whip, on how you clean that glorious hair so quickly. My wife said she's sick of the long hair. She just recently got a haircut. Now, it's not short like Jada Pinkett Smith. It's still down that shoulders or whatever. But she hates having to wash long hair. Yeah, he does have. Oh, P-Tag, that's perfect. I never thought about it. He does have the He-Man hair. He does. Glorious blonde He-Man hair. You're right. What are you doing? Look at him, begging for more food. He's already had Northfin carnivore wafers. He's had the Northfin jumbo and some of the tropical sticks and a seaweed before this. And now he had some more seaweed. Now he wants, look at him. Look, he's a little pig. He wants more food. I'm trying to grow him out, so I'm feeding him a little bit more, trying to buff him up. Garcia says he's already used to the Florida weather. 95 degrees tomorrow for eyeball. I just hope it doesn't get hot today. Let's look real quick. 10-day. Yeah, see, this is going to be nice. Today, 78, high of 78. Really nice. Mostly cloudy. So it's going to be a nice, cool day today. 40% chance of rain tomorrow. Nice and cool, though. That's what I like. He-Man. 60 degrees. Well, that's chilly, Jeff. That's getting chilly there. But you're probably used to it. Whip says, I hate hot, humid weather, too. When it's cold, you can always throw another blanket on. Exactly. You can only get so naked. That's right. I always say that. It's cloudy and 75 for weather. Sounds like we have similar weather right now, Webbs. Put your finger on the tank. Yeah, he loves it. I'll tell you another story. You can see it right here. This tank has feeding ports. Right there. And there's another one down there. You can see it right there. When he made them feeding ports, he put these black pieces here so you can grab and pull them in and out. Well, the one day I saw him at the surface of the water right here, jumping up and hitting that feeding port, jumping up, and the thing was going up out of there, up out of there. I was like, what does he see? But if you get in there and you look up, he can see that black piece right there. And he thinks it's something to eat. So he was jumping up out of the water and hitting these feeding ports and knocking them out of the hole. So you can see I got some weight up here now, holding everything down so he don't come flying out. It was funny to watch. Not when it's minus 10 degrees or 30. Oh, yeah, that's cold. Webbs likes cloudy weather. I don't know why. Yeah, I like weather too. I should have been a storm chaser. I don't know. I think so. Yeah. Eyeball. Which says, well, actually, I was typing. I was typing while in my birthday suit in the shower. So the reality is, it was closer to 25 minutes. Good luck getting that image out of your head. P-Tech says, I don't even think of that, thinking it was food. Yeah. Yeah, he saw that and he kept hitting it. I think he thought it was food up there and he was trying to get it. 85 degrees in Florida. Yeah, it's getting too warm. I don't know. It's too hot. But he's a growing boy, so I got to feed him some more. He should get pretty big. Yeah, the plant scared him a little bit. Scott, he's playing with your plant there a little bit. I like Oscars. Heather says the cat is walking all over me and wants food. Come feed him for me so I don't have to get out of bed. Nah, I can't do that. I'm having a live stream right now. I don't have any crayfish. Oh, yes, I'd love to. Whip. Oh, there comes my big pleco. You guys see him? You guys see him? Big old pleco coming out. I love when he gets them fins out. Look at him go. Too much reflection. He's out looking for something. Let's see if I can give him a piece of the seaweed if he'll stay up there. I don't know. Hold on. I have those clips. Eyeball says I used to boat around the Channel Lakes in northern Illinois, and my sister had a restaurant there. Oh, that's cool. P-Tech says, can you still enter intros? I don't think so. I've looked. I think you can. I just don't know how to do it. I'm just saying a couple black arrows look good in there. Oh, yeah. Look at that big boy coming across there. I can't help it. I love my plecos. Thing is, I've got those clips that I can hold that seaweed on, but I feel like the Oscar is going to get a hold of it before he gets there. Sky says, working and lurking, water change time on the 180. All right. He's looking for something to eat. Let me drop some wafers in for him. Let's see if he finds those. They landed pretty much beside him. Come this way, buddy. That Oscar is a pig. I'm just saying, no, we gotta have fish. That's the point. My fish keeper. There'll be more fish. Jim's sending me some Severums, plecos, 2 plecos. They're gonna go in that empty 55 there. Man, he's going the wrong way. He's got to come up front and get those wafers before that piggy there. Uh-oh. He's going after it. No. He is a pig. Eyeballs. Is it a sand substrate in the big tank? Yeah, we were talking about it. That's play sand. I hate it. Oh, stop acting like you don't know. We already talked about it. I already told you Jim's sending me some Severums. You've known about this for months, and they're going in that empty 55 right there. Maybe. He was supposed to send them this week, but he hasn't yet. PJ says, Whip, I thought it was Pringles. Once you pop, the fun don't stop. No more fish. You seen she slapped me off the chair on that short, guys. You see what she does. You saw it. Remember that? Right off the stool onto the floor. Hey, June, I was talking about you earlier. Thank you so much for the stickers. I appreciate you. I got the magnets on the fridge, and I got your sticker on the door where I keep all my Fish Fam stickers. Thank you. Which says, maybe that's what it was, Pringles. Yes, say that, Feathers. No more fish. No more fish. No more fish. Garcia, you still have to send me those Frontosia. Yeah, that was a good slap. You guys saw it. Rude. Look at that Pleco digging under there. He's looking. That dang Oscar ate him. Jesse, so just cleaned my course. So I just cleaned my course pre-fill. Okay. How birdie was it? No Frontosia for Garcia. Peter says, gotta go. Have to go pick up my youngest of the triples up in her bike tank for the background talk while I was doing pump fitter. Cool, Peter. Appreciate you. Be safe, my friend. I love seeing that big old Pleco. He's enjoying life in this big tank. He's loving it. He's having a good time. That's what he does when that Oscar gets a mouthful of food, he sits in the corner and just chews it. So now's the time. I put more kelp wafers in there. We'll see if the Pleco finds 1 or 2 of them. Hey, June, good morning, kiddo. Hope the rising sun isn't in your eyes. Not too bad. It gets clean every water change. Okay, Tom. I do like the fact that they don't clog up. I've seen that to be true. They say I think he could use a bucket of ice dumped on him. Easy, Jeff. Easy, Jeff. Now, easy. Sun, yeah, S-U-N, sun. I just thought you were trying to be cool, spelling it wrong, Whip. There's Ben Sharp. Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you coming in. June just walk up. Is it sunny? June's asking Whip, who's on the other side of the United States, if it's sunny where she lives. Yeah, June sent me some stickers, 2 magnets, and I got to send June some stickers. He ain't going to get those. I know it. Well, thanks for the super chat, Tim. No, thank you for being a channel member. Yeah, that'd be cool. I keep telling my wife. She already has a YouTube channel with a little bit of content on, but she doesn't put a lot on. I said, do the birds. Get on there. Do the birds. They do some crazy, funny, cute things. Start doing some live streams. You've already got some of the fish fam as subscribers here. Will they want to see content? Okay. Jose says, Jesse, sending extra Jose sticker to share. Yes, please. If you don't mind, I appreciate that. I get a Jesse 2 sticker. Just one more fish. Gotta run. Thanks for streaming. Okay, Jody P, be safe. Have a good weekend. Justice Salient, I'm just giving tips to increase the entertainment value of the stream and give you a viral thumbnail for the edit. Sure, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We can do that. I wish my wife would get into this a lot more with me because like that slap short we did real well. It was fun too to make. Me, the wife, and we couldn't stop laughing about it. It was hilarious, especially when you heard the contact. Lady Salient Feathers, I think we need to block his bank account. No more fish, no more fish. Well, everything I buy, Garcia, is with what I make on YouTube and mowing the neighbor's yard, Get Upside app, things like that. Mike says needs about 20 discus and 30 haps. That'd be an amazing tank, M&C. Yeah, Jose's going to send me some discus when he has something. I'm waiting for that. If anyone that collects stickers and wants one, email me. Cool. There's the email right there. Nah, Lady Celia, do videos pranking Jesse. Your channel will blow up. Yeah, that'd be fun. She don't like to be on camera. She's shy. Look at Whip. He found it. 2 years old. Yep. 2-year-old video. Check that out. She needs to do more. Get the birds on there. We could do dual live streams. And it could be what we did on TikTok. We'd do those battles on TikTok, and I would do birds versus fish. Now I won a couple times, but most of the ladies, voted for her on that battle, and she would always win. That's what I keep telling her, Jeff. We could do something cool, but she won't do it with me. She won't play with me. I swear to God that Oscar will eat until he just croaks. Whip says maybe get a rotisserie and some tasty rub. That kind of bird content is a banger. Man, Whip coming in hard. Jose says, I told price tag that my dream tank would be a 220, like his new one full of discus. Oh yeah, that'd be beautiful. Discus are a beautiful fish, hands down. You can't beat the beauty of them. But they cost a mint. My local fish store had a big, beautiful blue discus. That thing looked like it was the size of a saucer plate. They wanted $600 for that fish. Hey, Jeffro, good to see you. Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, I can't drop $600 on a fish. It would take me probably 3, depending on how things go, plus or minus. It would probably take me 3 to 4 months to save up enough YouTube money to buy one single fish at that price. Only PTX says only thing is I'd have to have a heater for that tank, as they like warmer temps. So I'd get a temp controller. He says you can get discus cheap as fry and grow them out. Okay. You would have to sell some. Yeah, I would. That's crazy insane that the some of the prices there. I mean, it's worth it. I believe I understand the cost because they're beautiful, and these breeders have to put a lot of time and money and food into raising them. But $600, that's a hefty price tag. M&C had discus back in the 90s. Not sure if I want them again. Why is that, Mike? Yeah, I probably would have to warm them up too, P-Tag. My tanks stay around 76, 78 degrees, but I don't know how well that would work for discus. But I do believe they'll adapt. They're not as sensitive as people think they are. There's been some YouTubers proving that. Uh, Dan over at Everyday Fish Keeping has proven that. Caveman Aquatics has proven that. Whip says, I'm going to do a little research and find the species of bird that lives so long that it's a problem for my grandkids. That's easy, Whip. Cockatoos, macaws, African grays, all the bigger ones, they live for crazy amounts of time. No, I'm not in West Virginia. What's the matter with you? You should know where I live by now, sir. If I paid $600 for a fish, I can hear my wife saying, hit the road, Jack, and don't come back no more, no more, no more, no more. You got it. Yeah, that I wouldn't want to spend that much money on a fish, no matter how beautiful it is. If I was rich, sure, but that's a big. You know how many cool fish I could get for $600? I could probably get 100 different fish for that price. Yeah, and I thought a full-grown male peacock hacks were expensive. Yeah, I mean, this fish was beautiful. He was the size of a saucer plate, and he was blue, and he was big. He was beautiful. We had 2 of them, $600 a piece. I think it was $650 a piece. Where you at again? I'm getting a little see now. I live in North Carolina, sir. But it is almost an hour 30 in. We're going to shut this down in 30 seconds. Stick around for the Aquatic News Network premiere. You should be ported over. I have set the premiere in the redirect. So I certainly appreciate everybody's time. Always have fun chatting with you guys. You have a fun, safe weekend, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks again. You're the best. Thanks for the super chats.